So starting with question number 1, and this is a theoretical session, but still it's important to understand the fundamentals of SilverLight. So starting with question number 1, can you explain the architecture of SilverLight? So in this session what we'll do is that we will look into the basics of SilverLight, the fundamentals of SilverLight, and we will see the various subsystems which are involved in order to constitute the SilverLight technology. If you want to define SilverLight in one liner, or if you want to view SilverLight from a 30,000 feet level, you can think about SilverLight as a browser plugin like Flash, which helps you to display animations, display graphics, helps you to see audio, video, etc. So you can, and in other words, if you want to think aloud, you can think that SilverLight as a competition to Flash. Okay. Now SilverLight can run on any platform, because SilverLight is not concerned with the platform; it is more concerned with the browser. So let's say that you are running on Linux and you have a Mozilla browser. So what you need to do is that you need to just install the SilverLight plugin inside the Mozilla browser, and you can view the animations, 2Ds, 3Ds, and graphics. SilverLight supports a lot of browsers. It's not that it only supports Internet Explorer. It also supports Mozilla. It also supports Firefox. So because of this, SilverLight is pretty much a very tough competition to Flash in the coming moment of times. So what we'll do is that in this video ahead, we will try to see the different subsystems which are involved to make up the SilverLight technology. SilverLight uses 3 different technologies. One is the Microsoft technology, so it uses some components of .NET framework, and 2 are non-Microsoft technologies, that is JavaScript and vector animations and media. All of these 3 combine to make your SilverLight plugin or the SilverLight browser plugin. Now from the .NET framework, it uses XAML, that is the XML file, which basically has the user controls, how they will be rendered, what will happen, etc. It uses a downsized version of CLR. It doesn't use the complete CLR, but a downsized version of CLR. It uses AJAX to do asynchronous communication. It uses WCF to do to interact with SOA kind of services. It leverages the WPF controls. Many of the SilverLight controls are nothing but they are leveraged from WPF controls, and it uses link when it wants to interact with databases. So in this way, SilverLight uses 3 different technologies, to make 3 different technologies to make itself. Now what we'll do is that we'll take up those 3 technologies and put it into a architectural block diagram and try to see that how it basically looks like. So here's basically your browser, and this browser is where basically your SilverLight plugin is installed. Now the first subsystem which is very much in direct contact with the browser is this system, okay, or I'll say rather the UI subsystem. So basically the UI subsystem does 2 important things. One is that it does UI activities like taking up the keyboard, mouse inputs, displaying animations, displaying vector animations, audio, video, etc. So media kind of functionalities, and it basically has a presentation core. The second functionality which this subsystem does is that it reads the XAML file and renders on the browser. So that's the second functionality which the UI subsystem does. Now from the .NET framework side, basically you have your CLR engine, and this CLR engine is nothing but your downsized .NET CLR engine. It has WPF user controls, because SilverLight basically uses or leverages the WPF controls on the browser. It has WCF in order to consume any kind of WCF services. Let's say that you have a SilverLight animation and you want to consume some kind of SOS service, then WCF subsystem can be used. Let's say that you want to interact with databases, you can use link. And definitely there are other subsystems which is a part of the UI. Okay, one is the JavaScript and one is the AJAX. So in this way, SilverLight basically uses these 3 technical subsystems, or these 3 subsystems, to define its complete architecture. Okay, so let's try to understand how basically SilverLight plugin works with the browser. Now normally the browser loads the HTML markup. HTML markup loads the SilverLight plugin. SilverLight plugin goes and reads the XML file, that is a XAML file. Now the XAML file normally has the user objects, the behavior, etc., the UI objects, how they should be rendered, how they should look like, how their behavior should be, and depending on that it basically creates SilverLight objects. for rendering. Now programming languages like JavaScript, or I'll say rather scripting languages like JavaScript, can make method calls to the Silverlight objects and can can make method calls and do animations. They can also receive events in case they are interested. In the same way, your .NET runtime also can make method calls and can receive events. So in this way, Silverlight plugin interacts with your browser, and the other languages can make method calls to the created Silverlight objects in memory.